Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Sobriety University. On this channel, I'm going to be talking to you about today what it is like living life without marijuana. Like, what is it actually like? You see me talk about quitting weed and how to quit weed. And the real question might be like, okay, is it worth it? Like, is it, if I quit weed and go on this journey to find myself and discover myself, will I be happy and satisfied at the end of the day? Or will I regret and wish I would have smoked weed and continue to smoke weed? So I'm going to answer that in this video. And by the end of this video, you'll have a better idea of some things to expect, both the pros and the cons that can come from quitting marijuana. So I let it off with that. There's pros and cons. Like the the pros definitely outweigh the cons, and the cons are not even near as bad as the cons when I was smoking weed. So that is something to remember there too. Let's start with the pros, right? We want to start off on a positive note. The first thing that I notice is peace, right? I have peace on a day-to-day basis. I'm not always anxious. I'm not always worried. I'm not always, stressing out about stuff. Sure. One of the cons, I guess, is that I do still feel stressed. Like it's not like I get sober and then I'm immune to feeling pain or anxiety ever again. One of the things I see people that come through for consulting that they wish is that they hope that life can just get good forever. And I had this too when I was quitting weed. I was like, I'm gonna quit. I'm never gonna have pain again. I'm never gonna have anxiety. I'm gonna be happy all the time. And that it just isn't the case. The truth is that you actually start to live life more on life's terms, which means you experience the whole range of human emotions. So when I was smoking weed, right, and I'm sure maybe you guys can relate too, it was like I was just either wanting weed, craving weed, depressed, miserable. So I was unhappy most of the time. When I got sober, there was a time of adjustment, right? So that is a truth about quitting weed, is that it's not going to be the most fun at the beginning. You're going to have to go through some shit. You're going to have to face some things about yourself that maybe you've been hiding from. Memories are going to come back that maybe weren't the most pleasant. I had a lot of memories come back from when I was in high school, and I didn't have the best social life. I did at some points, and then I didn't at other points. And the times I didn't were really painful, and that's what I sought weed for, was to numb that. So I had to face all that again. Right? I had to learn how to live with that uncertainty, that anxiety, all that stuff. And so, like, I think it was really important for me to get with some support. So I had like a mentor that was guiding me through how to quit weed, and basically holding my hand through it. So I wasn't alone, and I could bounce ideas off him. And he was pretty much just like, yeah, that's normal. Like that's part of the process. Right. And even though that maybe didn't make me happy, it allowed me to accept what was happening, accept the moment, and then make it to the next day. Right. Because the name of the game is just one day at a time. And that really is true. Like, the more you can say like, okay, I don't need to get sober for the next 20 years. I just need to get sober for the next day, right? And then the next day, and then the next day, and then those days compound, and eventually you will have a stretch of time where you're off weed. And what I found is once I started to feel some good things happen, like relationships started to improve. I started to have a more positive outlook for myself, and I was able to address, like I said earlier, some of those core issues. I was like, okay, I think it's worth staying off weed now. And I've put so much work into getting to, let's just say, 4 months or whatever. I don't want to go through that withdrawal again, because that freaking blew ass. So I'm gonna stay off it, and you know keep trying to live life sober, right? And eventually, it will work out. So I think the next thing is that I'm working on taking pauses and not having run on sentences, on something that I've noticed anyway. So it's definitely like something great. Another pro, then, I guess, about quitting weed and living a sober life is that you get to take on life's challenges, and like taking on life's challenges in a way that isn't going to just like destroy. It's not like the quitting weed challenge, right? Of like, oh my god, my life's a mess. You get to purposely and intentionally take on challenges that are going to test you, where you're going to have to learn new things, where you're going to have to think a little deeper. And this is something that I love about sobriety, and this is why I've stayed sober, is because every day there's a new challenge, and it's not like, again, not like a life or death challenge. Sometimes in the past it's been like that, and I've had to really get serious about stuff. The challenge comes from learning new things, like I just said. So we're getting a new camera to make better quality videos. So you guys are going to get to see some more HD stuff and better, mic quality. I'm obviously connected to my mic right now to my computer, but that means that I only have 1080p to record. So we're going to get a really nice camera that can shoot like in 4K plus, and then no, I don't think there's more than 4K. So 4K, and then little mics that we can connect to. So the quality will be really, really good, whether I'm out or about or just in the apartment, and there won't be that echoey noise. So thank you guys for sitting through that if you've experienced some poor audio quality. And that's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge to learn how to do that, how to edit the videos, how to set everything up. And I'm really excited for it. It keeps me alive. It keeps me motivated. Another challenge I'm working on is laying off the sweets a little bit, and then as well as like streaming stuff, like watching YouTube or Instagram Reels. Man, those are addicting. So that is a challenge I'm facing right now. Let's see, another challenge is I've been dating, as I've talked to you guys about, and I'm actually working on cutting back and like not doing so much because um, I'm at a good place where it's not a challenge. It's not a challenge anymore. Dating is not a challenge. It's quite easy, and I actually uh, am more looking towards like how can I have like a longer term relationship. So that entails um, kind of having more discipline around regular dating, right? So that's a new challenge, and you're gonna get to face some challenges too that are gonna be really awesome. Maybe getting back in the gym, starting to eat healthy, and those could be a few. Reconnecting with friends and family, learning how to be better in relationships and show up in a better way. Right? All these things are going to be important for that self development. So yeah, there's no finish line. That's something that really has hit me in the last few years. Is that there's not going to be a moment where I'm like, oh, I've made it. There will be moments where I say that, but they're short lived, and that's what I've learned. Like I wanted to get to the place where I could be like, oh, I made it, and I never have to feel pain or anxiety again. No, 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 doesn't work like that. Um, Life continues to test and to push, and so you got to be willing to face that unknown, and face those challenges in life. The last, I guess, real thing that I'll share about quitting weed and like one of the truths about it is, yeah, and this is something I think that will excite you guys, is that you get to go to bed every night at peace, right? There's just at ease, man. Like life is normal. Like the day might be tough, but when you lay your head down at the pillow, knowing that you did everything you could that day to be the best version of yourself, you feel this sense of like accomplishment and that life is going to be okay. Oh man, that's such a good feeling. I didn't have that when I was smoking weed because uh, I was high before I went to bed, so I passed out just stoned, and obviously there was none of that. So really, again, yeah, you get to look forward to kind of enjoying just the simplecities of life and waking up and having feeling fresh and ready to take on the day. Maybe there's challenges, but you can face them and at least make progress on them. So yeah, guys, that's really all that's coming to mind today. I'm kind of just doing these impromptu videos, not really planning anything out, just kind of talking what comes up in the top of my head, and feels a little more organic, and then less more like 3 ways to do this, blah blah blah. So let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. I'll be happy to make a video about it and share about it. As always, you can find me in the description below, and reach out for a consult, and I can help you quit weed. I'm working with some guys right now, and it's a process for them, but and each one's a little different. But if you commit yourself to doing it, you can make a lot of progress in a short period of time, and that's what I'm here to help you with. So with that, guys, we'll talk to you in the next one. Have a great day. Have a weed-free day, and talk to you soon. Peace.